Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to High Top Sports Network's coverage of WPIAL non-conference boys varsity basketball. Tonight, the Armstrong Riverhawks are hosting their inter-county rival, Freeport Yellowjackets, right down the road on 28 in Sarver. Short trip up here for the Yellowjackets, but always a good rivalry game between these two teams. My name is Josh Reckengoss. John Bowser to my left. He'll be on here shortly. Just wanted to give you folks an update that the JV game did go long into overtime. Armstrong victorious 39-35 in the JV matchup. And right now, you can see the Freeport Yellowjackets are in the layup line warming up. Riverhawks should be out here shortly, so that will mean we will be back here shortly on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game night. Thanks to Ryan Bowser State Farm in Ford City for being our official broadcast partner this evening. Thanks also to Olson Chiropractic, our scoreboard sponsor tonight. And thanks also to Steffi's Country Catering. Steffi's Country Catering, a tremendous sponsor of both Armstrong and Freeport Athletics. And I saw Terry a little bit ago, right before the game. Put in my Sunday takeout order, chicken Romano pasta, the special with salad, the Italian bread, all the good stuff. So the order is in. I'll be picking that up Sunday afternoon. And you can do that too by searching Terry Steffi on Facebook. You can see the specials for this weekend. As I mentioned, the chicken Romano pasta, that's what I ordered. But I believe there is sliced spiral ham as well as barbecue ribs. So check it out. Thanks to Steffi's Country Catering tonight, our free throw sponsor and timeout sponsor this evening. So the Riverhawks will take the court right now, get their warm-ups done. We are about 12 minutes away from game time, and that is when John and I will rejoin you. Thanks so much for tuning into High Top Sports Network this evening. Riverhawks and Yellowjackets coming up next. And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Josh Schreckengust here alongside the inimitable John Bowser, his first time back on the network since the tip-off tournament.
It's been a minute.
And we're going to see a good one tonight. Been talking about it quite a bit off the air, especially during that JV game, John. Armstrong and Freeport, always a good rivalry game. You've been a part of this rivalry as a coach. I seem to remember a buzzer beater by Ben Beal that
Oh, man. Wow.
took you guys out about 5 years ago, I think it was.
Wow. It feels like just yesterday since you brought it up. Wow. That was a tough one. Yeah. Right at the buzzer there. I think you let it go with .1 left in the clock, but who was keeping track?
Yeah, no, we that was prior to the existence of High Top Sports Network.
We were covering that game, weren't you?
We streamed it on Sample Sports Media.
Wow.
If you can believe that. That's how long ago it was. But yes, we went over the footage the next day, John, you and I. And
yes, we did.
Ben Beal let that shot go with .1 seconds left.
.1.
And it beat you guys by 1. And incredible game. But that's the thing that's the kind of spirit and the atmosphere you're going to get out of these two teams. Obviously, different classifications with Armstrong being in 5A, Freeport in 4A, but a packed house tonight. That just goes to show how excited these two teams are, and both of these teams with winning records and in playoff position, John.
Yeah, and we were talking about it a little bit before off the air, like you said, and both these teams currently in fourth place in their section. And obviously top four teams in each section go to the playoffs. So, not that this is a section game, but both these teams are getting ready for the home stretch, the playoff push here in their section. So, obviously a good barometer here with two teams that are, fighting for playoff contention to see where these teams are at heading down the stretch. So, looking forward to it.
Yeah, Freeport had a kind of a bit of a rough start to their section schedule, a 3-game losing streak in there to Knock, Highlands, and Hampton, both those games at Knock and Hampton on the road. But since then, a couple of section wins for the Yellowjackets and Sean Deviney's team, defeating Greensburg-Salem last Friday, and then really putting it on Indiana earlier this week, 80-42, and they had, I believe, 5 players in double figures in that win over the Little Indians.
Yeah.
Armstrong, on the other hand, an OT loss at Shaler last Friday, and then they played in the Ron Gilbreth Classic up at Westminster University. And is it university or college? I always get that mixed up.
It is Westminster College.
Yeah,
Westminster College.
See, Mike Cominos would not have been happy if I didn't correct myself on that. A proud graduate of Westminster. But
same here, actually.
Yeah, and
I almost got it wrong, too.
Anyway, the Riverhawks played. I lost my train of thought.
There it is, right off the bat.
But they played Neshannock in the Ron Gilbreth Classic and lost by 11. Only 30 points scored for the Riverhawks in that game, but able to bounce back earlier this week against Plum. A much-needed section victory for the Riverhawks over the Mustangs on Tuesday. 50-29, Riverhawks put it on the Stangs. So looking to stack wins here, both teams. We're going to turn it over to the voice of the Riverhawks, co-athletic director Jake Canish, and then we will have the national anthem, and then we will have the Ryan Bowser State Farm starting lineups. And the national anthem now completed, so we'll get those Ryan Bowser State Farm starting lineups. First for the visiting Freeport Yellowjackets. After we get the PIAA sportsmanship message read at the beginning of every high school sporting event here in Pennsylvania. And getting ready for those starting lineups. Freeport coached by Sean Deviney in his second year. Zach Clark, who has really impressed me in the games that I've watched out of Freeport this year, John.
Yeah.
Good stroke, handles the ball well. Ben Lane. And Parker Lucas.
Freeport's got some really good guards, really talented guards.
Gavin Croney had a heck of a year on the football field, as a lot of these kids did.
Yeah.
Brady Stuyvesant rounding out the starting lineup for the Freeport Yellowjackets. And now the Riverhawks about to be announced. Getting the old United Center Chicago Bulls music for the intro.
Mid to late 90s.
I mean, when you heard it, the whole place went black. You just get tingles.
Yeah.
Because you know at the very end of it, there's going to be a 6'6" guard from North Carolina.
North Carolina.
So Ian Olson, who had a really nice game against Plum,
did
14 points, 7 assists in that game. Also 4 steals, 5 boards.
Filling up the stat sheet.
Jacob Zepp, who's been getting some key minutes for the Riverhawks this year. Only a sophomore, but, you know, Coach Brian Kowalowski trusts him out there. That's why he's in the starting lineup. Jack Falisak, the second leading scorer on this team. A sweet jumper. We know Jack very well.
We do.
And he's added a little bit of a different dimension to his game this year. Coach Colville wants him to slash more, try and get to the hoop, try and get to the free throw line. Then you got Isaiah Brown, super athletic forward down there, great defensively and on the boards. And then the one and only Caden Olson. Not much more that you could say about Caden that already hasn't been said.
Absolutely.
As dominant as he was on the football field this year, he has been just as dominant on the court for these Riverhawks, leading them in essentially every statistical category.
You name it. You name it, Josh. He is the stat stopper for sure. So
opening tip here will be Parker Lucas against Isaiah Brown, and the Riverhawks control. So first possession goes to Armstrong. One thing that the Riverhawks have really kind of struggled with is early foul trouble for Ian Olson. And as long as they can stay out of foul trouble with Olson, he can really distribute the ball and get everybody involved.
Absolutely. Nice drive by Caden there.
Too strong. Just takes Parker Lewis on a ride. 2-0 Riverhawks as Olson 2 dribbles, puts the shoulder down, up. Nothing Lucas could do right there.
And that's something to watch early on, Josh, is the size advantage clearly to Armstrong here. Freeport basically running a 5-out offense, it looks like, with 5 guards out there. Obviously, Armstrong with Caden, Isaiah. I mean, the size advantage is there, so see if Armstrong looks to pound it inside.
Clark kick it to the corner. There's Lucas up for 3 off back iron. Ian Olson with the rebound, sees his brother ahead of the pack, gets it to him.
Ooh, good hands.
You know, Caden did the right thing there, stopping as Parker Lucas went flying by, but Brady Stuyvesant, good D.
Yeah, those good hands, yeah.
Smacked it out of Olson's hands there. Inbound here to Brown. He spins, has it picked, and a steal there. Lucas comes up with it, gets it to Clark. So a turnover there for the Hawks. Ben Lane going to the rack against Jack Valasek and scoring with the left hand. Nice move by Lane in the lane.
Nice work by Ben Lane there to get around Jack. And that's early on. We saw the first possession with Caden pounded inside. Freeport's able to get their hands on a couple loose balls or get a couple steals, so the quickness might be to their advantage. So kind of a contrast there, Josh. Interesting to see how that plays out.
Isaiah Brown, jumper from just above the free throw line, misses. Ball ends up back in Brown's hands. Smacked away.
Good hands again, Josh. That's the third time that Freeport has got their hand on a ball when it's below the Armstrong player's waist.
Got to keep those balls up high. We saw it last night in the girls' game. A lot of tie-ups. Oh, 5-second call. That was a quick one as Olson was trying to get rid of it right before the whistle, but Indeed, another turnover here for Armstrong. That's 2 in the early going for the Riverhawks.
And that's been caused by Freeport's aggressive defense here. So early on, Freeport bringing the intensity defensively.
Well, that's a hallmark of Sean Deviney's teams. Loves to play that in-your-face defense. Crony gets free, gets it over to Clark. Clark guarded by Zepp. And Freeport very patient here on the offensive end, working it around. Clark into the lane, kicks it to Lucas. Another 3 from Lucas up from the corner. That one long.
Yeah, a couple good looks for Lucas early on, just not able to connect.
Valasek tracked down that rebound. Ian Olson will walk it up. 5:42 left here in the first quarter on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game night here on High Top Sports Network. Oh, Caden Olson left all alone. Up, easy finish in the paint, so Olson has 4 in the early going.
I have a feeling we're going to see that play again there, Josh. That was pretty successful, pretty routine there for Cade.
Crony runs into some traffic right there.
And Freeport obviously looking to spread Armstrong out.
3 ball up
Nice
from
shot.
Crony, and he bangs it from the corner. The southpaw, Gavin Crony, hits the 3, 5-4 Yellowjackets as we hit 5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, nothing fancy from Freeport offensively. It's just a 5-out motion offense looking to beat their man.
Ian Olson going in hard and undercut a little bit by Lane right there. I don't think Lane did that intentionally. He was just trying to get into position to take that charge, and Olson went up strong. Lane picks up the foul.
Most definitely a block. Ben Lane probably a half a step too late there. Freeport wanted the call, but definitely too late there, Josh, as you said.
So that will send Ian Olson to the free throw line. Olson, a sophomore, drops in the first one, and we're tied back up at 5 apiece. Second one up, and good by Olson. So Riverhawks back in the lead by 1.
Armstrong switches to a zone here, Josh, early on. Interesting, we talked about how Freeport was spreading them out. So the little cat and mouse here game as Armstrong goes to their 3-2 defense and instantly gets a turnover. So good call by Coach Cavo and his staff there to switch up defenses.
They've been running that zone more often. Coach Cavo and I spoke about that. He said it's been successful for them. And switching from that man, as you said, into the zone on that possession, and Freeport throws it away. Crony tried to save it, but unable to keep it in. So Riverhawks ball.
I think a lot of the teams that Armstrong plays in this section is Jack puts up a 3.
Too long there, but Olson comes up with the rebound. Caden Olson against 2 men. Up and no good.
Couldn't quite finish there. Good move.
Lucas and Lane were just kind of trying to hang on him.
Yes. But as I was saying about the 3-2 defense, a lot of the teams that Armstrong plays in their section, that 3-2 defense can kind of combat their or negate their athleticism. So that's why that's become a staple for them, you would think. So using it here tonight against the Yellowjackets as well. So
you sound like you might have coached a game or two in your life.
Well, I know what I know the purpose of that 3-2 zone.
Just sitting home reading about it. Well, here's one thing for as pretty much flawless as Caden Olson has been all year. He has kind of struggled from the free throw line, just 4 of 10 the other night against Plum. Gets the second one there, but I think that's one thing if you'd ask him to critique his own game, he would say he should probably be a little bit better from the free throw line because he's getting there double digits pretty much every night.
And he's going to be getting there more and more often, and they're going to need him as they get close to these. We're talking about a playoff run here in the section. So
inside, Fuhrer kicks it out. Passing on the 3 is Stuyvesant. Oh, and nearly stolen away by Ian Olson, but Freeport control. Stuyvesant, little runner lefty, no good. Valasek with the board. Good rebound by Jack Valasek.
Armstrong content to be patient, work for a good shot here. You got to figure Caden's going to touch this on the block here.
Yep, trying to get around that screen. They do. They get it right to him underneath. Yeah, he was trying to back his way in. Give Fuhrer credit for standing strong right there.
Yeah, that was impressive by Fuhrer there to hold strong, hold his ground against Caden. Both these teams, Josh, playing pretty difficult sections as the 3 is up in the air and hit by Clark. Both these teams are in 4th place in their section, but they are both in pretty good sections.
Yeah,
Highlands and Hampton and Freeport section. I mean, those are two of the best teams in 4A. You got Penn Hills and Shaler.
Hills.
Fox Chapel in 5A. So, I mean, we're seeing two pretty good fourth-place teams here. So,
nice move there by Brown. Little jump hook in the lane. I love that move.
oh, yeah.
One dribble and up. Fuhrer trying again, gets Brown off his feet, and Caden picks it up from behind. That's not a foul you want to take if you're Caden Olson. He knows it. He just stuck his hand in there. Oh, they're going to give it to Isaiah.
Yeah, I thought it was on Isaiah. He went up in the air on him.
Later whistle right there had me confused.
Yeah.
So to the free throw line, Dean Fuhrer for the Jackets. First one up and good. We're tied back up at 9.
Fuhrer with a little the lefty here.
And another one is good for Dean Fuhrer. So Freeport pretty good from the line so far. 2:45 left here, first quarter. You are watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengust alongside John Bowser up here in the Hawks Nest. Crossover there by Olson, goes in, tries to finish with the left and can't. Fuhrer comes out of there with the board. It was a good move by Olson to get to the hoop, just couldn't finish.
It was, and I've noticed that Freeport is almost overplaying the right-hand side for Ian and a couple other guards, almost daring them to go left-hand and refuse that screen, which is what Ian just did. Just couldn't finish with that left there. Good take, though.
3 ball up. That is Sullivan. That's off, and a good rebound there by Jacob Zepp.
Yeah, good position by Zepp.
Riverhawks doing a good job on the defensive glass right now, John, not giving Freeport those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, and that's big. That's a way to control the game.
Trying to get Valasek off a screen. They do. Top of the key. Pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Caden Olson, offensive rebound, lays it in. Easy money.
Yeah, good possession there. And Caden with the rebound and putback. Just, like you said, too easy. Back and forth game here, Josh.
I like it.
Yeah. Lots of lead changes. I mean, we're not keeping track, but there has to have been 4 or 5 already.
Sullivan, a reach in there by Brown. That's going to be 2 on Isaiah.
Yeah, not a good one there. You have 1 in the first quarter. It's a little reach there from Isaiah. So it's going to bring the subs in for Armstrong for the first time. That's going to be Jackson Claypool and Isaiah Riggle checking in for Isaiah Brown and Jacob Zepp coming out.
Clark cut off in the lane there nicely by Olson. Out to Fuhrer, picked. Good steal there by Caden Olson.
Good hands.
Quick hands.
Like we said that 3 or 4 times already here in the first quarter.
Isaiah Riggle gets it into Caden Olson, guarded by Fuhrer. Olson right around Fuhrer and scores. And Caden up to 9 in this first quarter. Well, too strong right now. Caden Olson as
right back.
Clark answers with his second 3 of the first quarter, so we're tied back up.
Yeah, Sullivan was able to get in the lane and with a nice dish back out to Clark for the 3 ball.
So good first quarter here between these two teams. Back and forth, as you said, John. And we're down to the final 38 seconds. That one off of Olson. Zepp gets down for it, but Sullivan quickly ahead and an easy lay-in for Gavin Glista, freshly in the game. Glista has the go-ahead bucket here near the end of the first quarter, 15-13. Yellowjackets on top, final 20 seconds of the first.
Armstrong going to look to hold for 1 here with the clock winding down.
Screen, and it opens up Ian Olson all the way in for the easy layup, and Caden just too wide, able to take out 2 Jackets, and he blocks Sullivan's 3-point attempt at the buzzer. So Caden didn't even look like he was trying to set that screen, but just able to suck up 2 Yellowjackets right there. And
yeah, really just laughing at those last 2 possessions there. Yeah. The screen where he takes out 2 players and then just blocks it at half court like casually. Like,
yeah.
Just that would be nice to be that athletic.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice play on both ends, though. Good screen to free up his brother for the layup, and then a good block at the end of the quarter there. So good quarter of play, though, Josh. Wow.
Love it, man.
15 here, back and forth action.
I'll tell you what, it's enjoyable because I've watched some games so far this year, and it's no offense to the teams involved, but they've gotten out of hand quickly.
Yeah.
And, it's way more fun not only to watch a game that is competitive and close, but to call it as well.
Right.
You don't have to try and make it interesting,
Right.
because it's already interesting.
You don't have to go to your bank of 30-point blowout stories.
Yes, exactly. I mean, I have several of them.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. But that's why I made the point about this being two fourth-place teams. You look at the standings, they're two fourth-place teams, but these are two in-county rivals. These guys know each other, and they're both in really good sections. So, these are fourth-place teams, but they could easily be second or third-place teams in, normal sections. So,
oh, yeah.
So two pretty good teams here tonight.
And as you said, they know each other. There's been just a little bit of something brewing between these two schools, going all the way back to volleyball season. Freeport volleyball team won the state championship in 2A.
Right.
Riverhawks playing 3A. They, of course, made the playoffs, but it was a really interesting, hard-fought match. And the Freeport student section rushed the court after they took care of Armstrong. And right there, Gavin Croney taking care of a 3-ball.
Yeah, Freeport with a little flare screen coming out of the quarter break there, and executed to perfection.
But to follow up on my point, after that volleyball match, the teams obviously played in football. Riverhawks put it on the Yellowjackets 49-7
right
in that game. So there's been some simmer.
Nice pass.
Wow. Caden unable to finish, and out of there with it comes Sullivan, trying to push it ahead, got it to Glista. Spin move, kicking it to Croney. Croney loses it right there. Olsen comes up with it, and he'll just slow it down. And those are my favorite steals to get credit for, the ones that just bounce right into you.
Yes. Right place, right time.
Yeah, exactly. So in now to guard Caden Olsen, Peyton Westendorf, who's been dealing with some injuries since football season.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Underneath, and Westendorf gets caught in the screen. Olsen to Olsen for the bucket.
And I tell you, if you're gonna single coverage, put one guy on Caden, then he's gonna touch the ball every time, and you feel like Armstrong's gonna get at least a good look, and if not a bunny like that. So
Clark passes on the 3, gives it to Croney in the corner, and he nails it.
Extra pass.
One more, as they say on the court, and Zach Clark.
Unselfish.
Very much so. One more pass, gets it over to Croney, and both Croney and Clark have been good from long distance so far. Croney with 9 points, Clark with 6. Olsen leads all scorers with 11.
Two defensive teams here, Josh, but the offenses have had their way early on here. 21-17. Both teams average about 50-some. Freeport averaging about 57. Armstrong averaging 50. So we're well above that pace. So
Olsen going against Westendorf with the left hand, up with the right, and finishes. And Westendorf is not small, John. He's a big boy. And for Caden to just kind of move him around like that, shows you the strength of Olsen.
And Westendorf had good position. It was good defense. It's just better offense.
3-ball up from Sullivan, no good. Glista trying to go over the top, but good position by Valasek. He'll draw the over-the-back call.
Yeah, good job by Jack to get the box out there and then ultimately draw the foul.
Parker Lewis. That was a sitcom in the 90s, Jake.
That was before my time.
Dating himself right there. It was Parker Lewis Can't Lose was the name of it.
I'll take your word for it.
And it's come up before with me and Judd Stewart during a football game.
Okay.
So we're dating ourselves. Olsen trying to dish it to Jackson Claypool. Foul.
Probably would have liked it. The referees let that one go.
Yeah.
Jackson Claypool wide open there after that pass. But
that was a dime.
Yeah. Threw a couple nice passes here tonight, has Ian. So
Stuyvesant checks in. Glista will have a seat for the Jackets. 5:15 left here, first half. 21-19, Freeport on top. Inbound to Olsen.
Oh, nice.
Drops it right back to Ian, and he's up with the layup and good. So the brothers connect once more.
A good vision by Caden there to see Ian stepping in when he knew two guys were on him. So tied up here at 21, 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Croney gets it over to Clark. 3-ball up, no good. Olsen with the rebound.
I think they have a chance to run here.
Valasek being guarded by Clark. Valasek into the lane, steps back, pulls it, back iron, too strong. And Croney pushing hard the other way, lost the ball.
Uh-oh.
And Crony down. Going to get an official's timeout. Crony getting up. It might have been a knee-to-knee situation. That's kind of how you walk off when you bang knees with somebody, and that hopefully that's all Crony did right there.
Yeah, I didn't think he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, I thought it was just a collision of knees.
I think you're right. Armstrong back in that 3-2 zone, kind of trying to slow Freeport down. Excuse me, no, they're in man. I thought Caden's in the middle of that 3-2 zone up top. That doesn't look right, so yeah, it is man.
Well, Caden matched up right now on Ben Lane.
Caden just kind of floating there defensively.
Kick to the corner, pass on the 3, going in strong. And a pretty good foul there by Jackson Claypool to prevent that layup by Lucas.
A good take by Lucas, though. Drew the defender with that pump fake at the three-point line and was able to get all the way to the rack and draw the foul.
Lucas first one up. Rolls around the rim and out. No good. 4:09 left here. First half on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game night. Steffi's Country Catering, our free throw sponsor this evening. Check out the Sunday takeout specials. Just search Terry Steffi on Facebook. T-Steff, the legend, the Armstrong County Hall of Famer. An icon in the local baseball scene for decades.
Adrian's own.
Adrian's finest.
Oh, you said it.
So Wiles now in the game. Claypool trying to get it inside to him. Stuyvesant, there was a foul before that. Thought I heard the whistle, but.
Yeah, underneath there, Josh. Armstrong's had some success on their out-of-bounds play. See if they can get another bucket here again. Comes the big man.
Well, step up and in. Stuyvesant and Lucas were there, but Caden able to finish.
Scouting report against Armstrong. Out of bounds plays, they're looking to get it to Caden.
Holston now with 15 points to lead all scorers. Lucas drives, tough shot right there. No good, rebounded by Claypool.
It's good D by Wiles to kind of wall them up there. A little timeout, yeah.
Riverhawks take a timeout. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout here taken by Coach Kovalovsky. So we will take a timeout. Thanks some of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network. For John Bowser, my name is Josh Schreckengoff. We'll be right back.
Steffi's Country Catering prepares home-style made-from-scratch dishes that will have you convinced Mom made it. Whatever the occasion, Steffi's Country Catering will have you coming back for every event year-round. Find us on Facebook to place an order or to see our Sunday specials, or call 724-54-85047.
Life doesn't slow down when the everyday aches and pains have you sidelined. So get back on the field sooner with the care of Olson Chiropractic. Dr. Ryan Olson and his staff treat a variety of conditions for patients of all ages. Don't jeopardize your quality of life and the moments along the way. Let Olson Chiropractic help you find the healthier, younger you. Call Olson Chiropractic at 724-548-1040 to schedule a consultation or see a full list of services online at olson-chiro.com.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Armstrong Riverhawks hosting the Freeport Yellowjackets WPIAL non-conference boys varsity basketball action tonight. Josh Schreckengoss with you alongside John Bowser. Tight game so far in this first half. John, 23-21. Riverhawks on top. It's been the Caden Olson show for Armstrong, but balanced scoring and outside shooting for the Jackets.
Yeah, it really has. Like you said, Caden with 15, but Freeport right there. I mean, they've been able to combat that with their guards and their quickness. So, nice look there. Claypool.
Oh, Claypool. And he had Wiles cutting right there, and he looked at him, but Claypool, nice little up and a spin while in the air, and he's able to finish 25-21 Armstrong.
I really like that move and the patience there by Claypool. Knew he had the size advantage, took it right up strong. Now we're in the 3-2 here, Josh.
Three ball from Crony up from the corner. That one's off. Claypool out of there with another board. Jackson Claypool doing his work on the glass tonight.
Yeah, and as we get into the home stretch of the section play, you're looking for guys like a Claypool here to come in and, be that sixth man, give you some minutes, give you some, fill the stat sheet, do a little bit of everything. And he's doing that right now for them.
Oh, calling Ian Olson with the carry right there. Turnover with 2:20 left in the first half.
You don't see that too often. That's the Allen Iverson special right there.
Yeah, exactly. I thought the exact same thing.
Do I date myself by referencing Allen Iverson?
No, man.
Are we still on that? We still good there?
He's an historic figure in basketball history.
AI.
So you should know about him if you're watching hoops.
Hoya. Georgetown Hoya.
That's right. I love those uniforms. Those early
nice
90s.
There. Ben Lane off the rim.
Wow, in there fighting for it now with the offensive rebound, Zach Clark, and that's one thing we haven't seen a lot of is Freeport getting offensive rebounds and getting second chances, but they get one here. See if they can.
Well, Armstrong went to that zone, and that it is harder to rebound out of a zone, so that takes commitment. So
kick it out. Stuyvesant had to sky and grab that one like it was a wide receiver. He played that position for the Yellowjackets this year. Had to go up two-handed. Oh, Fuhrer tried to get it inside to a cutting Ben Lane, but taken away. The Riverhawks collapsed nicely on that, John.
Yes, they did. Good defense there by Armstrong to shut Freeport down there. Do you wonder the patience here of Armstrong? Are they looking for one here? I know it's early, but there's a minute left. They like to be patient sometimes. So are they looking with a minute left to burn some clock here and hold for one?
Well, they've taken about 29 seconds off of the clock on this possession so far.
Better make it. Ooh, I was going to say you can get a 5 count.
Oh, get it inside to Olson. He has Claypool right there. Easy layup. And even though Caden had a little trouble getting the handle on that, Claypool was all by himself for what seemed like forever.
Yeah, Claypool's never going to have an easier bucket in a varsity basketball game.
This is very true. I think we're going to get some little guys out here at halftime.
They're getting ready. Okay. They're all fired up on the sideline there. Now I think Freeport is, I don't want to speak too soon. I guess I'm going to speak too soon. They're holding for one here, Josh.
Well, final 20 seconds. See if Coach DeVinny tries to get his team a bucket. Lane has that one kicked by Olson. He tried to bounce pass underneath to Fuhrer. Zepp checks back in. And Wiles.
A kickball would normally reset the shot clock in a basketball game, but we don't have that in high school basketball in Pennsylvania. So
yeah, some states do.
Some states do.
Just not ours.
I apologize for my soapbox there.
And Clark had never gotten back in. So that's going to give the Riverhawks a chance here with 7.3 seconds. Clark slow getting back in bounds. Not sure why.
I'm confused on both ends. Why would you pass it to a man out of bounds, and why are you still standing out of bounds after you inbounded the ball?
Yeah. So Olson bringing it up here. Oh, and he trips over the ball. Gets it ahead to Zepp. Zepp fires it up, and that's way over the hoop. So Olson, even though he tripped over the ball, was able to get it to a teammate. But that last second heave by Jacob Zepp over the backboard and no good. Teams head to the locker room. 27-21. Armstrong leads here on this Ryan Bowser State Farm game night. And we'd like to thank our official broadcast partner tonight, Ryan Bowser State Farm in Ford City. Ryan Bowser is a licensed insurance agent located at 1422 Fifth Avenue in Ford City, and he can help you with all of your insurance needs. While State Farm is the largest auto insurance provider in the nation, the experienced staff at Ryan Bowser State Farm can assist you with several other products and can work with you and your family to secure the best possible insurance solution. Ryan Bowser can help you with homeowners, renters, business, life, health, even pet insurance. Ryan Bowser State Farm offers banking services, and they can help you insure your personal valuables like jewelry, sports memorabilia, or any other personal treasures which may not be covered under your homeowners or renters policy. Call Ryan Bowser at 724-763-9331 or visit him online at ryanbowsersf.com for a free quote today. Riverhawks cheerleaders getting a little camera time, and it's elementary night here, so those little guys we saw running out there, John, they're about to come out here and get some recognition.
Absolutely. We talk about intensity with this Armstrong and Freeport game. I think we're about to see some real intensity here now, Josh.
I saw some of those little dudes. I think they were pumped.
Oh, yeah, on the big court here tonight. So, they're all fired up. Looks like they're going to get a little introduction here. Okay.
Well, there was about 60 of them, so they are going to be introduced. So let's put them on camera here, these young guys, and we'll turn it over to Jake Canish. John and I will be back after the elementary night celebration here at Armstrong. Riverhawks up 27-21 on the Jackets here on High Top Sports Network.
Next, the fourth grade elementary basketball players. And the fifth grade. And finally, the sixth grade. Let's have a round of applause for all of our elementary boys basketball players. Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth grade. We look forward to seeing you playing here in the Homesteads in the future.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Second half of the Armstrong Riverhawks and Freeport Yellowjackets about to get underway here at Armstrong Junior Senior High School, high atop the hill in scenic Manor Township, Pennsylvania. Not so scenic today, a gray, disgusting day, as it has been for months, it seems like, John.
Yeah, it's winter in western Pennsylvania, I guess. So goes it.
So goes it indeed, but, you know, we had a really tightly contested first half there. Riverhawks able to kind of pull away a little bit, open up a 6-point lead there right before the half, and that is their biggest advantage. Freeport's been able to hang around all night long thanks to the outside shooting of Gavin Croney and Zach Clark. On the other side, it's been Caden Olson down low on the blocks, just dominating, John.
Yeah, I mean, it's really been a well-played back-and-forth game. Like you said, Armstrong's biggest margin of the lead, the biggest lead they've had all night is right now. So, and it was really just at the end there they were able to put together a couple stops and get a couple buckets. Other than that, it's been tied or a 2-point advantage for one side. So, yeah, well, I mean, obviously Armstrong looking to get inside to Caden with his 15 points, but Gavin Croney, you know, leading Freeport with 9. Doing a good job keeping the Jackets in it. So see if Freeport's guards can keep up here in the second half. So, but I'm anticipating more of the same. It's been a well played game. So.
And about to get the second half underway here. Riverhawks will start with possession. Packed house tonight here at Armstrong. Very, very nice turnout, and a nice turnout online. We see everyone who's tuning in for this evening's game, so thank you for joining us here on High Top Sports Network. No matter how you found us, no matter where you're watching, we appreciate you tuning in. Riverhawks first possession, little weave at the top here. Right now, Olson being fronted by Lane, and on the backside is Parker Lucas. Back inside, Olson, a little kind of a one-hander there off the spin into the lane, rolls around the rim and out, and Croney throws it away. Little confusion there between Croney, Stuyvesant, and Clark.
Yeah, Coach DeVinny not happy with that. He gave a little look there to his point guard. So 2 empty possessions to start the second half here. Not a lot of empty possessions in the first half.
No, not at all.
Offensively getting what they want. Looks like we got a illegal screen. I think that might be on Caden. Yeah, it is.
Well, that's first. That is the first foul for Olson, so not to worry.
Yeah, just moving a little bit on that screen there, Josh. As they say, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Haven't heard any chants from the student section down there tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids down there, though, off to our right here.
They're all in pajamas, and it kind of seems like they're ready for bed. 3 ball from Croney, up from the corner, no good. Rebounded by Ian Olson. And Olson will bring it up the court here for the Riverhawks. Olson guarded by Stuyvesant, top of the key. Caden Olson sets the screen. Ian trying to get inside. Drops a beautiful dime behind the back to Jacob Zepp. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, John, but it ended up looking really pretty.
Yeah, he wasn't looking there, and I think he had an idea that there was someone there, but Zepp just in good positioning and good vision, or lack thereof, I guess, for Ian.
Lane thought about a 3, passes it up. Clark also does not pull the trigger. Good closeout there by Valasek. Back into that 3-2, John.
Yes.
Deep 3 there by Lane, and it's good. Ben Lane.
I was just about to say Freeport needed a good possession, needed a bucket. Armstrong with that 8-point lead. That's a big hit there from Ben Lane to cut it down to 5. So needed that answer there from their senior.
Olson coming to set the screen for Valasek. Valasek pull up from just inside the free throw line. Can't find it. Olson tied up, gets the one-handed offensive rebound. Knocked away, saves it off of Stuyvesant. It's going to be Armstrong ball. Good hustle there by Caden.
Good hustle by Caden indeed.
I don't know how he got that offensive rebound. He was tied up. He just kind of caught it over his head. One-handed. Into Brown. Brown goes up with the left hand. Too strong. Olson, offensive rebound. He goes up and scores. Caden Olson up to 17 after the offensive rebound put back there on the miss
Well, the
by Isaiah Brown.
best play there is a missed shot for Armstrong. They're able to get Caden the ball, and he is able to put it back up and in.
Crony thought about a three. Caden got the right leg goaltender pad out
I
there.
thought he was going to get called for a foul there, honestly. The zone also slows the game down for Armstrong. Forces Freeport to play in the half court. Which isn't something that I think they'd probably rather get out and go a little bit.
Crony does not shoot. Clark kicks it to Stuyvesant. He passes on a three. Here's Crony. He's going to put it up. No good. Skying for the rebound. Parker Lucas trying to make space for himself. He does. And he's fouled by Olsen on the way up. Ian Olsen picks up his first. So
real strong work by Parker Lucas in there, Josh. Not only to gather the rebound in traffic, but then to collect and then put it up and through traffic to draw the foul.
Lucas hits the first. Cuts it back down to a 6-point lead.
See if Armstrong offensively tries to get Jack Valasek going here. Jack, no points in the first half, uncharacteristically so.
Lucas misses the second, rebounded by Brown, and here comes the Riverhawks. Olsen cut off. Brown there. Brown crossover goes up with the left hand, and a nice finish by Isaiah Brown. Little crossover, saw some space there, and Isaiah.
That was in the repertoire there.
Neither did I. Isaiah
nice.
Showing some touch in there.
Yeah.
Little finger roll.
Little handle and touch.
Clark passes on the three, gets it inside the lane, and that one deflected by the Riverhawks and out of bounds. So Freeport ball, 4:10 left, third quarter. Thanks to Olsen Chiropractic and West Katanning, our scoreboard sponsor tonight.
Armstrong stretching their lead out here to 8 points. Freeport needing a response here.
Clark dribbles in on Zepp. Good D by Zepp. Good contest there by Zepp. He stayed with Clark the whole way, didn't leave his feet. Olsen gonna get, that was, I thought it was a travel there, John.
Well, I mean, can we call it a flop?
Yeah.
Can we call it a flop? I wasn't sure what the official was going to call because there was like a little pause there for a second. I thought he's going to ring him up on a flop there. But he got the call. He sold it, but that's smart. When you have the defender on your back, you obviously want to keep him there. So he did good. Ian did good to keep the ball low and keep the defender on his back. So
break check.
Yes. That's a Chris Paul move right there.
Oh, Brown got it inside to Valasek. Here's Zepp, open three, and good. Valasek kicks it out to Zepp, and Zepp had no one near him. Knocked down the triple.
Unselfish by Jack Valasek to Zepp for the three.
Zach Valasek.
Right.
We'll get them all mixed up together.
Phonetically off there.
Hand off to Clark. Riverhawks up by 11 now. Biggest lead of the game. Pulled up by Crony. No good. Rebounded by Olsen. 3:02 left here in the third quarter. Riverhawks have taken control here in this third quarter.
Yeah, the length of Armstrong clearly starting to become a factor here in the second half on the defensive end. Freeport struggling with their looks and just contested over outstretched hands.
Olsen able to save it. Valasek from the corner. That went short. Zepp in there, grabs the offensive rebound, blocked from behind by Glista. Here's Caden Olsen up with the left hand, no good, gets his own rebound, goes to the right side and scores. Caden Olsen.
Just padding his rebound.
I know, filling up the stat sheet.
Yeah.
You give him some guff about that one. Nobody near him underneath, just picking up offensive rebounds. Ben Lane, little floater, and good, and Coach DeVinny will take a timeout here for Freeport. So, 38-27 right now, 30-second timeout. And that'll give us a chance to thank Phoenix Physical Therapy, Katanning, and Rural Valley. Life is all about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy, Rural Valley, and Katanning will help you recover, recharge, and rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. Your life should be pain-free and filled with activities that you love. And with help from Phoenix, you can get there. Schedule 24/7 online at phoenixphysicaltherapy.com or call them today to make your appointment. Thanks to Brian Brooks out in Rural Valley, Damon Fermani here in Katanning, and of course, our friend Ryan Scorin up in Portage at Phoenix Physical Therapy. They've been a tremendous sponsor throughout the entire existence of High Top Sports Network, so many thanks to those fine folks. Great place to go if you're rehabbing after an injury or a surgery. 2:18 left here, third quarter. Go ahead, John. Sorry about
I was
that.
going to say, Freeport after the timeout going to pick up. I thought they were going to pick up full court, but doesn't look like they're going to. I thought that was the purpose of the timeout, but not so much.
So an 11-point lead here for the Riverhawks. Get it inside to Caden Olsen.
Traveled.
And he
Yeah,
traveled.
he did.
Lane kind of flew off of him. He was fronting him there, and
Yeah.
Caden caught the ball in a good position to spin toward the hoop,
Yeah.
but there were two defenders that closed quickly, and I think it kind of caught him off guard a little bit.
It definitely did. You accurately described it there, Josh.
I only know because I'm sure it's happened to me.
I've seen that before.
Going the other way here, is that Lane going to get whistled?
Yeah, legal screen.
For the illegal screen, yes, indeed. The blocking foul on Ben Lane.
I mean, it's such a simple play, but you have to be set it. It's something these guys go over so many times in practice. But it does happen, but it's just a tough time for that to happen for Freeport there, trying to cut into this lead.
I think Lane told the official, he's like, I can't help it, I'm that big. The official kind of laughed after he made a little gesture across his chest there. So
well, it is a responsibility of the dribbler, too. You have to wait for the screener to be set. So, I mean, two-way street there for sure. Little triangle offense here, just a little ball control, kind of kill some clock here for Armstrong. And then Caden slips it.
oh, man, what body control there by Olsen. Gets Lane to go flying by with the shot fake and then just leaning back. And Olsen with the soft touch around the rim. He is up to 21 points in this one to lead all scorers.
Nice
Ian Olsen,
defense.
nice steal. And he's on his way in for an easy layup. And a timeout taken, a full timeout after back-to-back possessions where the Riverhawks put the ball in the bucket pretty easily. Tossing it into the post to Caden Olsen, and then Ian Olsen with the steal and the breakaway layup. So with a couple of seconds here before this timeout expires, let's take a quick commercial break. Thank one of our great sponsors here on High Top Sports Network.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
Welcome back to High Top Sports Network. You saw that commercial right there. That's Armstrong Indoor Athletics in downtown Katanning, putting in a huge turf field. It's almost finished. We'll be up and running very, very soon. I know a lot of Armstrong and Freeport athletes all train at Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Specialized pitching, hitting, catching instruction. Just the premier place in the Armstrong County area to train your youngster, baseball and softball. They're actually going to be having some soccer teams, some youth soccer teams playing out of there once the big turf field is in the pack. So Armstrong Indoor Athletics expanding, and a positive place for young athletes in this area to train and hone their skills at the games that they love. Back to the action here, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Freeport trying to do something out of that timeout, which was taken by Armstrong, a full timeout. Yellowjackets down by 15. Three ball up from the corner by Clark, bounces around. Lucas that comes out of there with the offensive rebound, under 35 seconds to play. In the third, swinging around.
Freeport, you want to get a bucket here. They have possession, so they'll get the ball to start the quarter. So if they can get a bucket here, they can maybe chip away. But really need a bucket here down 15. Armstrong's biggest lead of the night.
inside to Lucas, wrestles it away from Olsen. Tried to go up there, saw Isaiah Brown, thought better of that. Clark passes on the 3. Sullivan goes baseline. Little runner, and it sticks. So a bucket there by Brady Sullivan. 3/4 court heave by Olsen. No good. So Freeport does get a bucket before the buzzer there. Took them the entire final minute plus, but they do get the 2 points, down to an 11-point game. Riverhawks on top as we head to the fourth quarter. A big quarter there for Armstrong to kind of put some distance between themselves and the Yellowjackets.
Yeah, we saw it a little bit there at the end of the first half, Josh, where Armstrong kind of stretched out to a 6-point lead at halftime, but then they just continued that run into the second half here, up by 13 going into the fourth quarter. So really a dominant inside game there for Armstrong, with Caden taking over inside, continuing to take over, and Armstrong able to get a couple steals defensively, and that led to some easy buckets as well. So the length and the size of Armstrong definitely was the leading factor there in the third quarter, and helped them to stretch that out to a 13-point lead. So see what Freeport has to combat that here in the final quarter. Got to figure they're going to pick up the tempo a little bit, as Freeport, I think they only scored 8 points that quarter. So
yeah.
Defensively, Armstrong really shut them down. Freeport's going to have to find some tempo, go with some pace here. You got to think maybe press it a little bit, try to get some steals, try to get cut that lead down here. So.
Fourth quarter about to get underway. Just a great atmosphere for basketball here on a Friday night at Armstrong Junior Senior High School. A lot of fans from both schools here tonight. And the Yellowjackets start with possession. Well, man defense out of the Riverhawks. Here's 3-ball up by Lane from the corner. And Caden Olsen came in, smacked that away, and right to Valasek. So Armstrong comes out of there with the defensive board once again. Done a great job tonight on the defensive glass.
Yeah, really, it's been one and done all night for Freeport.
Well, Olsen having some trouble getting the handle right there, but able to recover. Gets it to Zepp. Hand off to Valasek. Back to Zepp, and back to Olsen up top. Well,
I was just going to say there's only 4 fouls in that quarter, Josh. So foul early on here in the third quarter. So
that go against Lane? I thought it did.
Thought so too.
Didn't go up on the scoreboard there. Olsen working against Lane. Gets him inside, goes up and easy with the left. Ben Lane, for his athletic and as a tremendous player as he is on the football field and on the basketball court, that's just a matchup you can't have right there.
Yeah, there's not much you can do there. Coach Deviney imploring his team to pick up the pace. Let's go, he said. Let's go. We're down 15. We got to go.
Well, here's Clark into the paint. Puts it up. No good. Caden Olsen, another rebound. 6:40 left here in regulation. Riverhawks up by 15.
And that's just the thing with the pace. If you are Freeport, you push the tempo. You have the possession for maybe 10, 12 seconds. You missed a shot. Armstrong shut you down, as we said, one and done. Now Armstrong's going to take work the clock, milk it a little bit here, get a good shot, maybe run 40, 50 seconds off the clock and trying to get a layup. So that's what makes it tough to come back against a team like Armstrong when they have the size here. So
Olsen gets around Crony. He goes up and scores and fouled. Ian Olsen looking to pick up the and one as he gets to the line. Ian Olsen now in double figures with 10 points. He's been having a nice game tonight, John.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I like the improvement in his game overall this year. I mean, I think he's just more aggressive. You know, he's becoming that point guard that they're looking for, you know. He's done a really good job running the offense and defensively too. I think that probably goes understated a little bit, but he's always in the passing lane. He's very active, so really good job by Ian there, offensively and defensively. So
free throw up and good. Ian Olsen gets the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yes, sir.
47-29. as we hit the 6-minute mark, and Jacob Zepp is going to get whistled for that foul on Ben Lane. That'll send Lane to the line for a couple. Lane with 7 points tonight for the Jackets. First one by Lane is up a little bit short, front rim, no good. Lane trying to make it a 17-point game with this free throw, and he misses. Gets his own rebound, though.
Knew where it was going.
Spin move, tried to dish it, but Caden Olson, the hands were there. Lane could have gotten whistled for a reach right there, John, but no.
Most definitely.
No whistle. Well, that was the epitome of a frustration foul. And
yeah.
Lane was lucky that one didn't get called.
Missed two, got the rebound, then turned it over, so yeah.
Claypool back in the game here, guarded by Glista. So as you said, John, you know, you shut him down, don't give him a chance to score right there, and now take the air out of the ball.
Absolutely. Now in this situation, you're looking for a layup. You're looking for a layup like that right there.
Got it right there. Valicek finally on the scoreboard.
Off the snide.
Jack happy to get that layup, I'm sure. 20-point lead here for the Riverhawks as we approach 5 minutes. Clark, 3-ball up from the corner. That's good. Zach Clark showing that nice stroke.
And that was what Freeport, I'm sorry, Josh, that was what Freeport had in the first half. A couple of threes to keep them in the game. I'm thinking that might be their first three of the second half.
It is.
That's a big difference in the game here, too. So.
Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul there on Ian?
No, I don't. No. Oh, okay.
What?
That's his second.
Interesting. Ian over there trying to get an explanation of how he committed an offensive foul while ending up on the floor.
I guess they're saying he was moving on the screen.
Well, the one official went to check with the other one. I always love that. It's like, are you sure?
Sure about that, buddy?
And he's like, and he stuck with it. I saw that in a girls' game.
Yeah.
And when she had clearly, there was an official clearly had given the foul to the wrong player.
Yeah.
And she was hearing it from the crowd. She was hearing it from, the bench, obviously. Yeah. And one of the other officials came over and checked with her, and she stood by the call.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what else are you going to do when you're a ref?
Right. You got it. Yeah.
Turnover there by Sullivan, and then he fouls Olsen in the backcourt. 4:25 left in the fourth quarter. So Zach Wiles comes back in. We got Wiles, Valicek, Ian Olsen, Caden Olsen, and Jackson Claypool out there for the Riverhawks. Oh, man. That ball bounced up there pretty high on Olsen.
Now that, I think that could have been a challenge.
Yeah, because, Olsen was obviously going full speed.
Yeah.
Lista, I believe, going to get whistled for that one. They haven't been putting the fouls up on the scoreboard.
No, they have not,
I mean, we try to see what the official holds up and try and hear it. Oh, inbound right there. Caden fell, but ball able to be repossessed there by Ian Olsen.
Ben Lane working defensively to front Caden.
Valicek
looking to find them.
In trouble, yeah, right there. And Caden kicks it back out to Zach Wiles. Reset and down to the block to Caden.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, it looked like Lane was going to try and draw the offensive foul there. Backed away whenever he made contact with Caden. And when Caden saw the little opening, why not? A little 6-foot jumper.
Yeah.
And easy money for Olsen. He is up to 25, and I know that he's getting very close to that 1,000-point mark.
Okay.
I believe 3 games ago, or maybe this is the 3rd game since I last got an update, but he was 67 points away. So he's got 25 tonight, so that would be, 42, and I'd have to go back and look to see if it was 3 games ago or 2 games ago, but he's very, very
he's
close.
knocking on the door then, yeah. He's got to be. I mean, if it was 2 or 3 games away, if it was happening tonight, we would have known about it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be either the next game or the game after. You got to figure. That'd make him the leading scorer all time in school history, obviously. So, what about Emma? Is Emma up to 1,000 yet, or is she?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
But she's got to be super close
Yeah.
as well. Lane goes up, and he's going to get fouled by Brown. And the and one for Ben Lane. He's had a nice game tonight. He's up to 9 points.
Yeah. Obviously, we're talking about Emma Paul, Armstrong girls point guard, junior guard. So.
Yeah, she had 25 last night. As you said, John, you watched a little bit of the game on High Top Sports Network, and just a heartbreaking loss for the Riverhawks, 33-31 to Shaler.
They've had a couple like that recently.
Yeah, I had that overtime loss to Fox Chapel.
Yeah, double overtime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that game, that it just goes to show without Emma Paul and, Kyla Fitzgerald, I believe, fouled out of that game. Emma Paul fouled out of that game. And someone else, it might have been Sarai Weaver, but, by the time they got to the second overtime, they had 3 girls who logged big minutes on the bench, fouled out. And
3 starters.
Yeah, Fox Chapel able to run away there in that second overtime. But, the girls off to a hot start this year, as were the boys. And, you get into those sections, like you said, John, you go down through 5A and put this section against anyone in 5A for the boys and the girls as well. I mean, tons of talent.
Yeah, these teams, this is no joke what these teams are playing. So, the goal is obviously to get in the playoffs, which both these teams, Freeport and Armstrong, are scrapping and clawing to have that happen. But, both two well-coached, they're playing a good game tonight. So, there's 2 good teams. So, just looking ahead of the schedule here, Freeport next week has East Allegheny, which is a non-section, but then they come back a week from tonight at home for a big home section game against Knock. And, obviously that's somebody they're competing in the section with for that 3rd, 4th place standing. And then Armstrong looks like they have, let me see here, Josh. They're off next week until next Friday. They have Woodland Hills at home, which is somebody that clipped them down at Woodland Hills.
Yeah.
So that would be a big win for them if they could get Woodland Hills coming back a week from tonight. So obviously a big game, especially losing down there. And I believe it was a tight game. I think I watched that one. It might have been, maybe not tight, but like close 6-7 point game. So definitely in the possibility for Armstrong to get that one.
Riverhawks looking to hang on to a win here as that ball gets inside to Olsen. Easy reverse lay-in, make it 27 for Caden Olsen tonight. And Riverhawks back up by 18 points with the 3-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. Freeport came out of that timeout in full court pressure, but the Riverhawks able to get it down, get it inside to Olsen, and just as they've been doing all game long, Caden able to finish. Lane going to get fouled again. I think it's Brown again.
Yeah. Isaiah had a little push whenever Ben was going for that little jump stop. So good job by Ben to draw the foul. Ben's Freeport's leading scorer tonight. They're only player in double figures. So, but Freeport does have a balanced effort. They have 2 other guys with 9. So that's kind of seems like what kind of team they are. They're a balanced team with a good 4 or 5 guards. And, that's something that's going to be formidable in their section as well. So.
Well, Lane hits the first. He's up to 11 points to lead the Yellowjackets this evening. 2:46 left in regulation. Lane's second one up short. Ian Olsen comes out of there with a board. And Olsen trying to corral that loose ball. He does. Oh, Caden thought about throwing it to Jackson Claypool. Caden, a little runner and off glass, and it's good.
Are you sure we're not getting to 1,000 tonight, John?
I don't know. Still 2.5 minutes left. We'll see. Caden.
900 and something. We know that for sure.
Oh,
right?
yeah, definitely. Well, here's Glista into the lane, and it's good. The continuation for Gavin Glista. And Sepp going to get hit with that foul. So that is the 9th team foul for the Riverhawks here in the second half.
It's a nice take by Glista there. Used his body well. Was able to score through the contact and obviously draw the foul as well, looking to finish off the three-point play.
Lista up, and it sticks. Rattled around there, John.
It did. Soft touch.
Malasek by himself, he goes up and scores, and he'll be fouled by Clark. So the long pass from Ian Olson to Jack Valasek all the way down. Valasek looking to hit from the free throw line here with an answer to that three-point play by Glista. And Jack, in and out on the free throw, no good.
No love there.
So back up to an 18-point lead for the Riverhawks. Oh, Stuyvesant kicks it to the corner. Lucas up for three, and that's good. Nice kick by Stuyvesant right there.
Yeah, I like that. I like Parker Lucas for Freeport. He's a good player. Solid all the way around. We saw him a couple of strong takes, and then obviously able to step out and hit that three.
So over the timeline is Olson. 1:45 left in regulation. Riverhawks up by 15. Ball inside to Caden. Easy layup, and he's over 30 once again. He's done that several times this year. Caden Olson with 31. So
I was just laughing. It's almost like he didn't want to do it. Like,
yeah,
you're not going to guard me. I'll take it. Like,
Lane spins. That one too strong. Caden Olson with the board. 1:20 left here in the fourth quarter. Two players in double figures for the Riverhawks, and they both have the same last name.
They do.
Caden Olson with 31, Ian Olson with 11. And 4 each from Jackson Claypool and Jack Valasek out there. That ball loose, and Caden Olson just sticks his long arm in there, gets a hand on it, and
I'll take that.
keeps possession for Armstrong. That ball poked away by Stuyvesant, but recovered by Ian Olson. Under a minute to play here now, 45 seconds left. Riverhawks going to pick up a victory here as Glista picks up a foul. And this will send Armstrong to 11-5 overall. As we mentioned, not a section game, so no bearing really on the playoffs for either of these teams. As checking in for Armstrong is Nathan Wagaman. Nathan helped me out during the Armstrong Powder Puff game. Ran camera for me just on the fly. So got a soft spot for Nathan. He's a good kid.
There you go.
Jackson Claypool knocks down the first. And on the other side of the ledger, Freeport will fall to 9-6 overall. And that ball off. Free throw missed there by Claypool. 60-42, Riverhawks lead. As we approach 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Glista into the lane. Claypool will foul him. 25 seconds left, so that's going to send Glista to the line. He has 5 tonight.
Yep, good aggressive take again by Glista.
And that one up and good by Glista. Well, I'll tell you, John, as a reporter and a writer, these are about the easiest game stories to write. There's a pretty dominant theme, dominant narrative running through this game, and it's number 24 in white.
Yes. As per usual. I mean, it was really clear. The first half, Freeport was right there with them, but then Armstrong really, we talked about their length and their strength, and that kind of was the determining factor, especially on the defensive end. Armstrong really did well on the defensive end to shut Freeport down here in the second half.
Well, that will do it as Jack Valasek dribbles out the clock. Final score here, Armstrong 60, Freeport 43. Caden Olson, our player of the game tonight. 31 points. Can't wait for the huddle breakdown. See what the rebound numbers were tonight for Olson, but another huge game for the Riverhawks senior captain.
I'm guessing he had at least 10 rebounds, so we're going to say another double-double here for Caden. But really, Ian Olson, we talked about him. That's really an impressive game from him on both ends of the floor. And that's something that they need going forward, in this section. And we talked about there's no easy night. So they're going to have to bring it every night if they want to at least finish in fourth and get into the playoffs here. So, we talked about Woodland Hills coming up a week from tonight. That's a big game for Armstrong.
Huge game.
That's somebody you're competing with for a playoff spot, and they've already beaten you once. So if they lose again to them, there goes a tiebreaker. You end up tied for fourth place, then they don't go.
Right.
So they almost got to have that one, So that's something to look forward to next Friday here with the Hawks.
Yeah, well, the second go-round through the section schedule for both of these teams, extremely important because, as mentioned, Freeport suffered that 3-game section losing streak at the beginning of this month, and I did the Highlands game, and I'll tell you what, Highlands, it's just the class of that section, and they can really compete in any classification in WPIAL.
Sure.
They are a tremendous team.
Sure.
But, a close game at Knox, 63-60. That was right after the new year, and I know that's one that Coach Davini and his team will be fired up for, and that is next week as well, next Friday, getting back into section play.
Same situation for Freeport, though. They've already lost the knock. That's somebody you're competing with for a spot. They got to have that. I mean, both these teams have games that they really have to have coming up. So, a good test here tonight for both teams. Armstrong prevailed with their length and their defense. So, hopefully they can carry that over. But Freeport with their guard play, they have some really good guards, so that's going to be, helpful for them going forward to spread teams out and use their 5-man offense. So, 5-guard offense.
Well, another week in the books here on High Top Sports Network. A busy week.
That time of the year.
Woo, man alive! A different gym, a different rink.
Man alive.
Every single night it seems like we're somewhere else, but that's what makes this job enjoyable. We love doing it for you folks out there, and we love shining a light on these student athletes that deserve the recognition for all their hard work, honing their craft, playing their game as hard as they can. And you love to see good kids out there giving it their all, and that's what we saw tonight. A couple of good teams have been fortunate to cover for several years, so I know a lot of these kids, a lot of their parents, a lot of these coaches, and it's truly a positive thing for the community when you see good kids, as I said, from good families, from good places, out there giving it 110%. It just makes my job seem like not a job, John.
Yeah, for sure. It's an enjoyable thing to see something like that. So, but tonight was definitely the place to be here in Armstrong County. I mean,
what do we call it?
The place to be.
The place to be.
The place to be. So, I mean, you were saying about how enjoyable it was, but I think a lot of fans here enjoyed this atmosphere tonight. We saw, we were here for the end of the JV game. Great game. Armstrong was able to pull that out in overtime, and then really a great back and forth first half, and Armstrong able to pull away in the second half. So, great game. Hopefully both teams can use the momentum they got tonight into their second half of the section here. So,
definitely we'll be back at it next Monday, High Top Sports Network. Make sure to check in and see where we are, which games we'll be doing here on High Top Sports Network. You can, of course, find us at our website, hightopsportsnetwork.com. You can search Facebook, High Top Sports, or you can check us out on Twitter at hightop_sports. I believe we have an Instagram, too.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know what it's called. I've posted on it a couple times, I think.
Wow, look at you guys, modern.
And,
who's running that? Is that Joe Rods running that? Do you have a social media coordinator?
We do not, and
Someday.
That job opening, hopefully coming soon. That we're profitable and sustainable enough that we could hire somebody to do this. Because once I found out we actually had an Instagram, then I had to learn how to try and post on it, and I don't think I did it right the first couple of times. But hey, what are you going to do? But we do have an Instagram. We usually post our daily broadcast schedule there.
Yeah. Nice.
We haven't gotten into posting photos yet. I think that might be a little too advanced for Joe and myself.
Someday.
But you can also give us a call if you're old-fashioned like we are, obviously, 724-824-3554, if you are interested in being a sponsor of High Top Sports Network's coverage of amateur athletics here in Western Pennsylvania. We certainly enjoy doing it, and hopefully you enjoy tuning in each and every night to our broadcasts. So that's going to do it for John Bowser and myself, Josh Schreckengoss. Final score here from Armstrong. Riverhawks 60, Freeport 43. John, any parting words?
No, I mean, just a great game all around, and, wishing both these teams good luck in the second half of their section play as they push towards the playoffs. So happy to be a part of it, Josh.
Had a little guy down there waving up to the press box, and
Nice.
of course I said hi to him. Oh, we got some waves down there,
Okay.
so
We're
we'll say hello.
All right.
And that's going to do it for us here. So tune in next week. Enjoy your NFL football playoffs over the weekend.
Big weekend.
Divisional round.
Who do you got? Do we have time to talk about that? Who do you got?
Oh man, who do I got? Well, I love the G-men. I'm kind of riding with the
Okay,
G-men. That's
okay.
my mistress team.
Yeah.
From all the years that I lived
Yeah.
in New York, and
Okay.
they, in the NFC, so I didn't have any kind of
Affiliation.
conflict
Yeah.
cheering for
I
them.
can see that. Yeah.
And cheering for the Steelers, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I love the Giants. I hope they continue to move on. It's going to be difficult.
Oh yeah.
Philly, obviously a number one seed for
yeah.
a reason. The game of the week, I think, is going to be Dallas and San Francisco.
Yeah.
Looking forward
the
to
games
that one.
Sunday are pretty. The Bills and the Bengals too are both. I mean, those games Sunday those could be championship games. So.
Well, I'm obviously rooting for the Bills in that Bills-Bengals game because can't bring myself to root for someone in the AFC North. I think I could feel myself throw up a little bit.
I was just gonna say I think I like the Bengals to win that.
Oh
game,
man, Jabo and I parting ways on that one.
Yeah.
The Bills.
I'm not saying I'm rooting for them, but I think they're gonna win it.
You're rooting for them in a certain aspect, one that requires logging into an app on your phone.
Yes, correct. Correct.
And in the other game, well, who really cares about that one?
Yeah, Chiefs and Jaguars. I think
the Chiefs are going to
yeah.
smoke them. I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't, listen, I'm happy for Trevor Lawrence. I
Yeah.
think it's been
A good
nice
run.
nice to watch them
Yeah.
turn it around, but
Yeah.
you're not going to turn the ball over 4 times against the Chiefs and have a chance to come back to win.
No, it'll be 28-0, and then Mahomes will make it 42-0 before
Yeah,
before
exactly.
you look up. So
those are our picks here
Yeah.
at iTop Sports Network. John Bowser and Josh Schreckengoss weighing in with a little NFL analysis.
hopefully we didn't make anybody tune out on that.
Yeah, or hopefully we didn't make anybody make a wager that they'll regret.
Yeah,
So.
maybe they'll have to go the opposite way there.
Yeah, hey, we know, judging from my past history
Yes.
in our illustrious chop chat, that
Yes.
it's common knowledge to go the
Yes.
opposite way
Yes.
of
The opposite.
do the opposite.
Up was down, left was right.
All right, well, that's going to do it once more. John and I got off topic there a little bit when we were signing off, but
That's
hey,
all I got now.
enjoy the weekend, enjoy those NFL playoff games, and check back in on Monday as High Top Sports Network will be back at it, broadcasting the finest in amateur athletics in Western Pennsylvania. A lot of hoops. Got some hockey again next week, so make sure you tune in every single day and check us out, see what's going on. And have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us tonight. Riverhawks victorious 60-43 over Freeport. For John Bowser, my name is Josh Schreckengoss.